Oh, this is a fun story. I remember I went. So this was when I was working at New Seasons. I ate spaghetti. They were giving away free spaghetti at the end of the night. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah, free spaghetti. I want some free food because I don't want to have to pay for food, you know? Same old,
Yeah.
like, hungry, thinking with your gut.
Food.
Yeah, food,
Give
free.
me.
You didn't say free, did you? And then I grabbed one of them and I pulled it. It was like a cup of spaghetti and a cup of spaghetti with meatball. So it was like the marinara sauce, everything on it. And I thought it was just spaghetti. Turns out after I finished eating it, I'm reading the label, and it says almonds, or excuse me, not almonds, walnuts. It had walnuts in it. So apparently people put walnuts in marinara sauce. That was not something that I was
No
privy
way.
to at the time, and I was really disappointed. And I was like, oh man, this is not good. And I got up, I went in the shower. I was like, maybe I'm just seeing things. Maybe I'm just playing around. I got in the shower. I get out of the shower and I look in the mirror. And my face looks like Will Smith in Hitch. Like, my face is a balloon.
Oh, no.
It was huge. It was massive, bro. My lips were giant. My throat was giant. And I was just like, oh, this is a not good situation. And then I tried to talk. My tongue was the size of my fist, bro.
No way. That sounds terrible.
It was so bad. I was like, oh, this is what they were talking about when they say you can't breathe. And I was like, oh, this is not good. So I, like, run over to my roommate who's at the front, minding his own business. He was watching... I think he's watching like Korean TV shows, trying to learn Korean, and I just come in, just like looking like a mess, and then he's like, hospital? I'm like, like a dog.
Oh no!
And then I run to his car. He grabs his keys and a jacket, and like there used to be a hospital that was like down the street from our house. Or at least I thought it was a hospital. It turns out it was just an urgent care, like one of those clinics that's
I
open,
see.
and it wasn't a 24-hour emergency room. So I told them to drop me off at this clinic, and I opened up the door. I'm like, oh, I bet they're open because there's a light on, the door's unlocked. And then I like waited at the desk for somebody to show up, and I was like, like nobody's there, and I'm not wearing any clothes. I was like, oh man, I thought by the time I get in the hospital they'd be able to take care of me. And then I didn't bring my insurance card, so I sent Manny, my roommate, back to the house to get my wallet and insurance card because I was like, oh, no, I'll be good at the hospital. Just leave me on the steps. I'm outside, cold as a dog, no wallet, no keys, nothing, no phone, waiting for Manny to get back. Like, my throat's closing, just, like, trying to keep as calm as possible. I was, like, I was like, oh, man, I'm probably good. This is it. I'm going to die on the steps of a hospital. I thought it was open. I always made jokes. I used to make jokes all the time. I'm like, bro, I live down the street from a hospital. I'll be fine. Nope. It was so bad. And then eventually, as I like meditate myself into thinking that, okay, it'll be okay, Manny like magically shows up in the parking lot. He like sees me on the thing, and I'm like trying to run to the car. I'm like, and I like grab his phone. I'm like, I'm going to put in the Google for the closest thing. You just go. He ran like 2 or 3 red lights to get me to the damn hospital. He gets me to the hospital.
Way.
I like burst in, and he's like, he's allergic to nuts. Help him now. and this is like me just not being able to do anything for myself at this point. I can't even talk. And I'm like, go in. They check me in, and they're like, all right, get on this table here. Da, 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 da. And I was like, all right, sitting on the table. And mind you, I can't talk at all. Like, I'm just like trying not to go into shock, trying to think. And I hadn't taken any epinephrine at all. Like, at the time, I didn't have an epinephrine pen at like close by, and it was like too late for me to get the epinephrine. I had to go to the hospital. Plus, I wasn't really thinking straight because I wasn't breathing. So
you're just choking to death.
Yeah, exactly. Just choking on my own flesh, basically, going into anaphylactic shock.
Oh my.
So they pull me in. They start giving me steroids. They start giving me epinephrine, and they start giving me some Benadryl. So this is like the typical anaphylactic shock cocktail. And to my surprise, it was my first time having a black male nurse. I thought it was hilarious. I was like, oh, good to see us. because I could finally start talking after a little while, and they wanted to monitor me to make sure I didn't go into shock. And I was just like chilling on the bed. They had ripped open my shirt so they could have me on EKGs or whatever to like monitor my heart. And then there's this dude across the hall just staring at me. And I look at him, and he has no legs, staring at me. And it comes to my attention that this dude has been there the whole time. And he was staring at me while I was trying to not go into shock. And he has been staring at me ever since because the door was left open. And he's been staring at me the whole time. And I look at him, and I felt like so bad. I was like, damn, like, this looks terrible. This guy like probably lost his legs in a car accident. He's just staring at me like he's like, what is this guy up to? He needs drugs, whatever, da 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 da. And it was a weird moment for me because I realized how dark hospitals got sometimes. And I was like, man, I don't know how I feel about these kind of places. And I've never really liked hospitals, but that was definitely a concrete moment for me. I was like, damn. And fuck, that was just an interesting day. Cause I think that was the most intense. That was the most intense my allergies ever got, where I didn't take any epinephrine at all. It was crazy.